So here we go, Jasper and Banff National Parks Part 2. We left Jasper area and headed north, driving up to Miette Hot Springs. These are the hottest hot springs in the Canadian Rockies.
We finally made it to the hot springs. I've really been looking forward to this.
Well, you can't tell from this photo, but my hands are pruned up pretty bad. So we just came from the hot springs, soaked in the hot springs, and we had lunch, which made us incredibly sleepy. And then we climbed in Fluffy and started driving down the road. Leaving the springs, we see this beautiful ridge. It's Ashlar Ridge. It's gorgeous. Then we were lucky enough to have some elk sightings. Here is a large bull elk grazing by the side of the road.
And there's his wife close by, trying to keep an eye on him.
And now we're entering the Icefields Parkway. It's a 234-kilometer drive that meanders along the Continental Divide. And along the way there are over 100 ancient glaciers. It is considered one of the most beautiful drives in the world, and it's easy to see why. Still on the Icefields Parkway, about halfway, well, I don't know halfway, but between Jasper and Banff, we come upon a section called the Columbia Icefields.
This drive is just beautiful. There are views in every direction. In the Pacific Northwest, we've seen quite a few of these overpasses. They or for wildlife to cross over the interstate.
We're on a hiking trail, hiking up to Peyto Lake. So this is Peyto Lake viewpoint. Comes Donna hiking up to Bow Summit. Will she make it? Oh, 2.9 kilometers that way. This is a nice view of the trail. We're hiking up to Bow Summit, just past Bow Lake and Bow Glacier. So last year, 2021, Donna and I were both in pretty bad shape. I didn't have an excuse, but Donna's arthritis was so bad in both of her knees, she couldn't stand for any length of time or walk for any distance without severe pain. And then the end of 2021, she had bilateral knee replacements. And now here we are hiking the Bow Glacier summit for a view. And the round trip is 5.8 kilometers, and we had to hike about 1 kilometer to get to the trailhead. So she's hiking about 7.8 kilometers today. That's impressive. It's supposed to rain later today, so we came out early to start our hike. Glad we did. Sure is beautiful. Mosquitoes are really bad. This whole area, Jasper and Banff, lots of mosquitoes.
And we're staying at Mosquito Creek Campground.
Yeah, our campground is, what's it called?
Mosquito Creek Campground.
So,
We're in for a fun evening.
A fun evening coming. Oh, we started our hike way down there. That road down there. So we've come a long way. So hiking along, we come upon this snow melt, which has created a spring here. I took Frankie off the leash. He's having a blast just running around in the creek. There he is. We may turn back. We're almost at the end. Got this really steep climb here.
We've come too far to turn back.
Donna wants to keep going, but I'm worried about her making it back down the hill. That's the hard part. Come on, Frank. Come here, Frankie. Come on. That fella. That boy's a good boy. You're a good boy. This way, Frankie. Come on. She wouldn't quit. She insisted we continue up that hill. Here she comes. She's almost there. Just a little further to go. I swat the mosquito that just landed in my ear. I have numerous mosquito bites. Donna has like 2. I have more than you can count. And Donna has 2. It's not fair. She goes, making it to the top. I think that next level area is the top. Frankie's getting a little apprehensive about this mountain we're climbing. Here we are, Bow Lake Summit. That's Bow Lake. That was a big hike up. A lot of elevation change. And who's that we see down there? She's almost here to the summit. Could it be? It's the woman with the bionic knees. She made it. Now the hard part is heading back down. It's always harder on the knees. I don't know if you can see Fluffy down there. Somewhere down there. I think that's the parking lot right there. Yeah, there's Fluffy. So Donna asked me to point out the height of the trees. Not very tall up here. I guess you reach the alpine meadows, as she called them. The trees don't get very tall. Still beautiful up here though. Short trees and all. That one has berries on it. Red berries. Looks like, no, those are pine cones, little red pine cones. So after a few more hours of hiking, we finally made it back to the van, and we were exhausted.
Well, that was beautiful and exhausting.
Yeah. We thought we were tired, but Frankie was even worse off than we were the following morning. He couldn't jump out of the van to go pee. I had to pick him up and set him down. He's okay now.
It was wonderful. I hope everybody gets to see that at some point in their lifetime.
And that drive down the Icefield Parkway, I know now why they call it one of the most beautiful drives in the world. So thanks for watching the video this week.
Next week we'll be in Banff.
Yep, highlights from Banff next week. Thanks. Bye.